Okay, everybody. So we're going to talk a little bit about what exactly is an ICO. Okay, people are making so much money right now investing in ICOs, which stands for initial coin offering. Now, that term is often confused with token sale. So, initial ICO, initial coin offering, people call them token sales, but they're actually a little different, but pretty similar. So, here's the thing about ICOs. ICOs are extremely volatile, okay? And the money that can be made from making good choices when investing in an ICO is astronomical. As an experiment, very early on when I first got into this, I put about $950 into a series of ICOs, and within a month, my little block folio was up to $2,500. So there's a lot of money to be made. Now, what is an ICO? An ICO is, or let's just call them token sales. A token sale is basically when there's either a new product, a new technology, a new blockchain, something associated with a decentralized system utilizing the blockchain, okay, a new business concept or what have you. Let's just say, like Ethereum, for example. Ethereum is a new blockchain, had a lot of technical prowess, a lot of new functionality and things like that between the smart contracts and so forth. And at the time when it came out, people wanted to adopt it. People thought, okay, well, this is great technology. So at the time, the Ethereum coin, I think it was like, I don't know, I don't even think it was 9 cents a coin or something like that when it first launched. And, they did a whole campaign basically bringing in early adopters to the tech. Now, some people, they might have an idea or a concept or a new technology that they want to develop, and so they'll use a token sale as a method for obtaining seed capital for proof of concept work or prototypes or something like that. And they might break up their token sale into phases. They might say, okay, well, here's our pre-sale. Our pre-sale is basically going to fund X, Y, Z. That's going to take us to the next level, which is going to be our public sale, and that's going to, basically get the product, launched. Okay, and so the idea is, depending on what phase in a token sale you get involved in the company, kind of dictates the bonuses and what you can stand to gain for a certain amount of currency. Different token sales can be associated with or accept different currencies. You might have an Ethereum token sale where all they accept is Ethereum. You could have a Bitcoin token sale, or you could do like something like on the Waves DEX where you can basically you can purchase with just about anything that they want when they launch it. To give you an example of that, if I go here, and this is ICO Watchers, this is a cool website for finding ICOs, the upcoming ICOs and things, but I use Zimpa a lot. So pull up Zimpa pre-ICOs, October 31st. So basically this is going to be a seed capital, and in full disclosure, I'm in the marketing team of this. I created the concept for the Zimpa system, and I've got a growing development team and things like that. So it's easier for me to use this because I know pretty much everything about it. So I'll use it for examples. But anyway, this is actually going to launch on the Waves DEX. And this is basically going to be, in a nutshell, like on October 31st, the way this is structured is we're going to be putting Zimpa coin on sale on the Waves DEX. Okay, and this is going to be basically like the seed capital stage. All right. So what's going to happen is people are going to be able to buy Zimpa coin for approximately 25 cents a coin. And they're going to be able to use Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and the Waves currency. Maybe some others, but right now that's pretty much where we're set. And so what's going to happen as an early adopter, people that buy Zimpa coin from the Waves DEX, once we have the ERC20 token, which is the official Zimpa token, once we have that completed and we start working on the long term, like the final big, financial push, the pre-token phase is basically it's for proof of concept. It's to get prototypes, code, getting things that we can really show people this is how this is going to work, show people the user interface, things like that during the final token sale. And then the final token sale, everybody who purchased Zimpa coin off of the Waves DEX in October, throughout November, that's going to be turned into basically like double value. Okay, so if you have 25 cents worth of Zempa coin, when we launch the ERC20 token, we're going to double the value of that. We're basically going to give you a 2-for-1. And so that's how a lot of these ICOs or token sales work. When you get in really early, you get the most benefit. And some of them even tier them out by days. They could say, well, on the first day, you're going to get a 30% bonus. And the second day, you're going to get a 20% bonus. And then they tier it down so that the longer you wait, the less you get for the same amount of exchange currency, or what, Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever. And it works really well, and it really allows the innovation to take place. You know, right now with blockchain technology still being so new, and, you know, just now tapping into the mainstream, just now starting to garner attention from, you know, everybody else in the world that aren't super tech or super geek savvy. It's really allowing things to unfold, and there are still a lot of issues associated with cryptocurrency that the new technology that's being, you know, put together and launched every day, it's going to help fill a lot of those holes. I mean, for example, the Zempa system, it's basically a universal wallet system. So people will be able to contribute any number, any variety of coins into the wallet pool. And then somebody who doesn't own any of those will actually be able to utilize those in initiating transactions. So, you know, I don't want this to sound too pitchy. It's not. I'm not pitching you, but just to give you an example as to like a crypto hole. You know, right now, as an investor, if I want to go in and I want to purchase a particular coin, whether maybe I missed the public launch or the token sale, then it ends up on an exchange, some obscure exchange that, you know, most people don't have an account with. Well, then I have to go and I have to deposit money into like Coinbase. Then I have to transfer that to the obscure exchange I've never heard of to buy this coin that just finished its public token sale. In doing that, I incur a lot of transfer fees, and so if I started with $100, I'm going to throw it into this coin. Well, it could be, by the time all is said and done, I might have $85 or $90 left to actually invest in the coin that I wanted, and in the time it takes for those transactions to be confirmed from one transfer to another, it could be 2 hours. And so at that point, the price of that currency that I originally wanted, it was, you know, maybe it was 7 cents when I decided to buy it. Now it's at 10 cents because it took 2 hours, and that's how fast things change. So the Zempa system is basically going to allow me to say, okay, well, you know what? I have $100 worth of Ethereum in my universal wallet, and, you know, but I want this other currency. Well, that other currency only takes Litecoin. So I need Litecoin to buy that currency. So I could initiate an order in the Zempa system, and that's going to call down the system, find anybody that's contributed Litecoin into the universal wallet, and it'll complete my transaction using their Litecoin while replenishing what I've used with the same value of the Ethereum that I currently do have. And so that's going to make it a lot easier. And then the person who contributed that is actually going to earn additional Zempa tokens for ultimately contributing what would be a high demand currency. And so the demand of the currencies are going to be evaluated and valuated based off of, you know, how often that currency is called into the system, the market cap, and a whole bunch of other variables. So that's an idea of basically answering a problem that has come about from cryptocurrency. And there are a lot more. And universal wallets are definitely something that I see really helping cryptocurrency grow and ultimately make things a lot easier for people such as yourself who are new to the market. They're still kind of learning, and they don't want to bounce around all over from exchange to exchange and do all of these transfers and things when they're getting started. So that being said, I want to go and I want to kind of show you some sites, basically some additional sites that you'll be able to use to start locating ICOs and kind of figuring out what's available. ICO Alert is a really good one. It's one I've been using for quite a while. I mean, this basically tells you how long an ICO has been active. This one has been active for 4 days now. So I'm going to go and I can go to the website. It's not loading very fast. Well, let's try a different one. I don't know if it's the site or my internet. Okay. So here's one, Engine Coin. Pre-sale is live. And, this is basically where you can find out everything you want to know about any particular coin, gaming currency, and virtual goods platform. So we're going to go into some other stuff here soon about researching ICOs, but I just kind of wanted to show you some different platforms that'll show you where you can find ICOs to invest in. Coinschedule.com, that's another good one. This basically tells you, hey, this one's 98.94% done. So if I want to get in on this, I need to hurry up and go because it's probably going to be done real soon. And it kind of gives you a little synopsis of what it's about: recruitment, infrastructure, data analytics, social networks. So, and then, of course, in the other lecture, I showed you the coin market cap. This isn't about ICOs, but this is what basically shows you, the different exchanges and things that we went over in the last lecture. So it's just kind of touching on that real quick. Again, Ripple. Wow, Ripple's on a rip because it was just it was much less than that yesterday. And I almost bought a bunch yesterday, but I decided against it and I bought BitShares instead. So hopefully, let's see what BitShares is real quick while I'm here. So in here, I want to say BitShares is BTS. And okay, it's gone up a little bit. I think I bought it at 12 cents, so it's up 2 cents a share. So that's that. I mean, ICOs are basically, it's ultimately a crowdfunding resource for blockchain technology in a nutshell. And I'll be back and we're going to go over some more detail about evaluating ICOs and deciding which ones are worth investing in.